Welcome back, everyone, to Saving Money with Mira Gardening Edition. This is an update on my grow bags that I've started a few weeks ago, and things are taking off. Things are going great. Something's eating on my eggplants, and what I've noticed is just I've heard a lot of people say that they usually sometimes they plant eggplants as their like trap crop because insects just tear up eggplants. So that's what's happening. All throughout my garden, I've been looking for some type of bug that doesn't look for like a healthy bug. I've seen ants, I've seen roly polies. I'm not sure if roly polies are even okay, but something's eating. All right, so this is my tomato plant. This thing is gonna get huge. Um, and this is my basil. It looks like it's doing good, but something again is eating it. I got a funny feeling that it's cats. This is another eggplant that's been like chewed up. So I don't know if it's cats because I feel like they're only eating on the eggplant. So I'm going to find that bug. My carrots are starting to come up and beets. Now this is the only bag. Well, no, there's another bag in the squash section that has beets in it that I can see because their stems are kind of like a reddish purple color. My peppers are coming along, but very slowly. I'm not exactly sure what to do to kind of give them a boost. So um if you have any knowledge on how to get pepper plants to grow healthily, please drop that in the comment section below. But look at these potatoes. One of them is getting yellow at the bottom. That's a sign of something. I'm not exactly sure why. And it's been raining a lot. But look at this. Get into this zucchini that I grew from seed. Hello. And I'm starting to see, look at the females. You can see them coming through. I was getting worried, but they're coming. And look at this girl. Y'all, I started this from seed summer. Last summer. And she's been just hanging around all throughout the winter. She just would not die. And so I'm like, okay, girl. And I've been experimenting with that. So I'll show you guys what I've been doing to that cabbage. We're getting very close to harvesting it. And so I'm starting to see some small squash. They're coming through. They took a while. I'm already seeing squash harvest videos, so I'm a little bit behind, but baby, it's better late than never. My green beans are still coming in. I only have one. I might need to take it off so the plant can just start putting more energy into growing. And then look at my cucumber just gone up yonder. All right. This is my tomatoes. This is one of the tomatoes that I found on clearance. Is it the Cherokee? Yes, this is the Cherokee tomato, and this thing is gonna get so big. I'm gonna have to get a trellis for it. But right, we just want you to grow right now, girl. Something's eating the basil, so we know whatever's in the garden eating things is eating eggplant and basil, and also the broccoli. There's some kind of insect, and I'm gonna find it. But the broccoli looks great. I cannot wait to eat. So I went out and purchased some worm castings. Okay, this is homegrown right here in my hood worm casting that I'm going to be putting on the soil. Now this is a company, they do ship. If you're I'm in Mississippi. If you're in Mississippi, I know they would put this in the mail. I think if you're from anywhere, they'll put it in the mail. So if you want want to support local business, definitely hit them up. The information is on that card. So I'm going to be, and it said on there that a little goes a long way. And it gave the specific instructions. Now, did I measure the amount of worm castings that I put? I didn't. I kind of I'm only one generation removed. I'm only one generation removed from sharecropping. So I'm just like, I'm just going to go till I think it's enough. Just gonna go. Same thing with cooking. Like I'm just gonna go till I go, okay, that's good. Um, so what you're gonna see me do is just go over the top of the containers with the layer of the compost before I go in with my fish emulsion. Um, as just a way of fertilizing because it's not actually I didn't add it to the actual soil before I put it in there. There are some grow bags that I still need to add more soil to once we get the soil for the raised beds. I'm behind on that. I know I'm behind. But in a weird, well, it's kind of almost strategic in a way. I'll just be usually on the weekends where I, have the time or energy, right? A lot of times when I come home from work, I'm just like done. And it's been raining. I don't know about you, but here in Mississippi, it's been raining for like a week straight. So I'm finally able to get out there because it has gotten hot. It's gotten really, really hot, and I don't want any of my plants to, suffer from the heat. So I have to stay on top of that. Um, so in a very strategic way, not I didn't do it on purpose. It just ended up being that way. The raised beds, the things that I end up planting in the raised beds will be my way of kind of succession planning, right? I have all these things growing in the grow bags, but I think the planting in the raised beds is three of them. So I have a lot of space to plant more vegetables. So in this way, because I'm in Mississippi Zone 8B, I have a very long growing season and I can continuously go grow things all throughout the summer. So I've been hearing all this squash vine board, squash vine board. The OGs have been getting their squash and stuff out early to avoid that. So I just feel like getting these plants in the grow bags to a point to where they're producing, and then by the time all the plants start producing in the raised beds, I'll be just my dream, right? The goal is to continuously harvest food all throughout the summer and seasons and heading into the fall. So planting, making sure that I'm planting things. I need trellises, bro. And I just don't want to have to do the whole cattle panel thing. Like I know that's very popular, but I just feel like the saving money part of my brain is like there has to be a cheaper way to trellis all of the things that vines. There are a lot of things that I didn't plant that I know are really true viners outside of the cucumbers that I'm just like, I just don't want to spend all this money on trellises. I don't, especially after having to buy all this dirt. Like I don't want to do that. So I'm going to be, finding ways to create trellises for all of the vining plants that are grown in the summer. I think now, since the summer is starting to get hot, being strategic about the things that you plant that are heat tolerant for me in the raised beds are going to make the difference in all of my harvests. Now you're gonna see there's a young man. I don't know where he came from. I think I had him. I think I did. I think he lives with me. But you're going to see him prance around my garden, do all kind of mischievous things throughout this video. Okay, so try to focus, guys. I know he's really cute. I know he likes, I know that's funny or whatever, but just focus.
Look at this.
Oh,
Hey, Mom, look at this. Mom. Oh, it's adorable.
okay, so I told you guys I have been experimenting with my cabbage, and this has been the game changer. I've actually been letting this sit in this container. It's been about 2 months. It's been a long time. These bananas have been sitting in this water for a long time. So much so you're gonna see me kind of be taken back by the fizz when I take the top off. But I've been taking all of the banana peels and putting them in jugs and kind of just letting them sit up in my storage room. and I literally just take the container and stick it in the dirt. Right, you'll see me push it down, um, in a self watering kind of thing, and so I'm I've learned that cabbages are heavy feeders. So that way, outside from me fertilizing every ten days or so, this plant has an opportunity to constantly pull the potassium from the banana water into the plant. And it's I've seen it, right? If you go back and watch some of my early videos with the cabbage, especially when it came to planting, it's taking off. So banana water works on cabbage. If anyone wants to know, I've only used it because I just wanted to see if it, because I do feel like cabbages are heavy feeders. So if I can, put something in it that where it's getting fed what it needs to whenever it needs to, I think that's a great idea. So banana water and cabbage, guys, take that note with you. Um, so I'm just gonna put this fish emulsion and type kind of water in the worm castings, and it had a fish emulsion in it. So you'll just see me doing that on all of my plants. And so if you saw the zucchini and squash earlier, a lot of those leaves need to come off. A lot of them have these little things on it, and so you're just gonna see me go through and like take all of those off, and try to trellis the squash. I don't know how y'all trellis y'all squash. It's so hard for me to find. Once it gets to growing to a certain point, it's hard for me to find the true stem, right? The one that kind of keeps it upright, because once the flowers start coming in, it just kind of spreads. So trellising them this late, I just let the zucchini go. I'm like, I'm not even finna trellis it. You just gonna have to do your thing at this point, girl. But trying to get the squash a little bit more off of the ground and get more space, air going through there, so that it can, grow healthily. So this is what we this is what we've called the Isle of Misfit Toys. If you get that reference, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Okay. So this is the Isle of Misfit Toys, and these are all of the plants that I grew from seed that did not make it into the grow bags. That Ben just won't let it go. He's just like, I think we can plant these. So when it rains, he's literally been taking care of them. But in the corner, I bought these broccoli seeds on clearance, and I called myself picking the ones, planting the best ones. It was $2. And there were 6 plants in this container. There's literally 3 left. And they won't die. They will not die. And so, girl, if you want to live, you can. It is your world. You can live this life and produce all you want. Because I'm going to find somewhere for you to go. I'm going to scoot something over. We're going to make it work. Because they just will not. I don't know if it's the rain that's kind of kept them alive. I haven't watered them. And so I call myself taking out the best plants. But they're just like hanging around. And so I'm like, girl, if you're going to hang around, you might as well clock in. Everyone else is working. So we're going to find a place for all 3 of those broccoli plants to go into these containers. Oh, I'm sorry, these grow bags. Okay, so right here is when you see me give him the death stare. Because why are you playing with me? I tend to let my children, be in the garden with me so that they can get into the experience. Imani's just a little bit more interested in the mulch. So you'll see him throughout the entire video just kind of stir the mulch up, which I just whatever, Imani. But I'm gonna plant these broccoli plants. I'm gonna plant these broccoli plants, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Um, the next one will be, I've said this so many times, but baby, I work during the week and on the weekends. So I'm usually like getting me out in the garden is a feat sometimes, but I'm excited. I actually want to take y'all with me to purchase the plants that I'm going to be putting in these raised beds, which I plan on all being locally started. I understand. I missed the Lowe's 5 for 10 plant sale. So now we're only interested in like locally raised, plants. So that's going to be a part of the journey as well. I'm off this weekend. So I have time to work in the garden. So there'll be more content coming soon. I can't wait till y'all see everything. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.